Welcome friends, welcome to the Selenium and Junit training day 2. Today we are going to learn automation basics and what and where concept. Automation basics because suppose we are working in a manufacturing company and we don't know basics of mechanics, so we will not be so successful. So today I have prepared a basic template to document all that what we are going to do and what is that we should be doing. What we wanted to do is that why not whatever we do we put in an organized manner. Why? That is going to make our life easier. Now I am saying that let us write everything as a test case and start doing. So what is a test case? A test case is a series of certain steps that has a specific beginning and a specific ending, and you expect application to behave in a certain manner. For example, a test case can be open default Firefox browser and you see Google search bar in the page, and once user enters information in the text box and user should be able to search, or you just click on the search button, user should be getting search result. So this is a series of statement, this is a series of steps that we need to perform. So a test case can be, we go to facebook.com, we enter username, password, we enter email ID, we re-enter email ID, and we click on sign up button and see what is the application error message or application message we can see in the bottom of the page, right? So this is a certain steps that has a specific start, like it has to start with the open facebook.com and it has to end with the sign up, and there are certain specific environment in which that has to run, and we expect application to behave in a certain manner and give this error message. So to do that we have a template. In the template we will start with the fb sign up test case 001, right? And here we are going to see open facebook.com, right? And the second step would be enter first name, right? Enter first name, then enter last name, sorry, then we will enter email address, then we'll re-enter email address, then we will click on sign up button. Then what we expect application to display this message, you must fill in all of the fields. So we'll just write that right? So this is the step we are going to perform, and this is, so these are the test cases, right? And these are the steps which we are going to perform in that. So suppose the same steps we are going to any manual user, and we wanted that manual user to run these steps. So he might ask, open Firefox, which browser, which version, right? Because we are testing application in a certain manner, in a certain environment. So it might ask, what is the Facebook URL? It's a QA URL, it's a dev URL, it's a dev environment, or it's a staging environment, or it's a production environment. So once software is in a development stage, it has in a development environment, and if that goes into testing environment, then we have testing environment, and we perform all the testing activities in the testing environment. Then we have a staging environment, or pre-prod, or production environment. So the manual user might ask, which environment you want me to run these steps or test these steps, right? Then it might ask, enter first name. In enter first name, which value or what is the value should we enter, right? It might ask in the last name, what value I can ask, because it can see once it's open the Facebook, is a manual, is a human being, so he can understand this is a first name, here I have to enter first name, the last name, here I have to enter the last name. But it might ask what value it has to enter. I might enter software testing concept, he might enter facebook.com, he might enter his name Peter or his name John, whatever, right? In the email address, it can ask what value I can enter. In re-enter email address, he requires what value he might enter, and click on sign up button. This step, this is the sign up button, and he might not ask any question to for specific details on this sign up. You see this, here is a sign up button, and he can make a click on that particular button. Then we expect that system should display this error message. Suppose we are doing crash testing for an automobile, and see what happen when we go 120 mile per hour, what happen when we drive 10 mile per hour, what happen when left slide or right slide, what happen when ice, like road is icy. So there are some external factors in which we are testing. So our first test case is ready for execution, and suppose suppose this test case takes 2 minutes for execution, right? Suppose it takes 2 minutes to execute one step, right? And we have 25 input data combination or information in that the test case has to run, right? So one test case is taking 2 minutes, so if that has to run with the 25 combination of data, then it has to be 2 into 25. Now we have 4 types of browser in that it has to run. Like I wanted to test it on Firefox, I wanted to test it on IE, I wanted to test it on Safari, I wanted to test it on Chrome. So it has, the complete combination has to run on 4 browsers, right? And we want that this has to run on 3 different operating system, like it has to run on Linux, it has to run on Windows, it has to run on Mac. So that goes to into 3. So it's a 2 minutes, 25 is a data combination, 4 is browser, and 3 is our operating system. So that goes to 50, and 4 200 and 600. So like we need 600 minutes to run one combination or one test case, right? We want 600 minutes to run one test case of Facebook on 25 different combination on 4 browsers and 3 different operating system. So suppose in January Facebook releases one version, right? And in Feb Facebook releases second version, and in March Facebook releases third version. So each version has, in each release, sorry, it's a F, it's a Feb, it's on March. So in each release we are supposed to test old functionality as well as new functionality, right? So to test that we need suppose we have 200 test cases like that, right, in each release. So for one test case we need 600 minutes. For 200 test case we require 2000 hours, right? So it's a 200 into 1600 equal to 1200 and 0, these many minutes, right? So to complete a release of Facebook we require 2000 hours, right? So is it accurate? Yes, it is accurate, because I'll ensure we have good testers in our team. It is repeatable. The manual testing is not repeatable. We have to do same thing again and again, right? We require accuracy and this repeatability, right? So this is not repeatable, like we have to do the same thing again and again, right? So suppose like we are doing the same thing, then it might I might get little faster, because like we are running the same we are executing the same script over and over again. Suppose I'm jogging, I started jogging, so I might start with 2 mile 2 mile per hour, 2 mile per day, right? And after some training and some practice, after 6 months I might run 5 mile per day. But it has a limit. I might not I will not run 100 mile per day. There's a limit, right? So the manual testing is not repeatable. Its accuracy we can see like it's accurate, but it's not repeatable, right? And reliability, it is efficiency. No, there's no efficient. It's not efficient, right? Testers get bored after some execution, right? The same thing they are doing over and over again. So manual testing is not efficient, not reliable, and not accurate. So these are the challenge in a manual testing. So what is the solution? What is the solution we have? We have automation testing, which does the same thing again and again. Here one thing you need to understand, that the system to learn how to perform these steps, right? In a automation testing we need our system to tell like how it can open the Firefox, like Facebook.com. It has to go to Firefox. It first open the Firefox browser, then it will type facebook.com. Then it has to locate the first name value, first name element. Then it has to enter value for first name. Then it has to go to email.com, go there, right? So if we are going the same thing with the automation tool, right? Okay, we got this. So automation tool might ask, like, we have to give specific information or specific steps to this automation testing tool so that it performs the same steps for me. It's like a robot, right? Whatever information, whatever instruction we will give to the tool, it will execute the same instruction and it will perform for us. It will perform the same steps for us, right? So if you tell the automation tool open Facebook, so we have to instruct them first open Firefox browser, then open facebook.com, right? So it might ask, suppose like there is a automobile, in that you have hybrid, fuel and solar options, right? So you can switch between hybrid to solar, or from solar to hybrid or fuel with the press of a button. So that button is a specific instruction. Then system understand that it has to switch from hybrid to solar, or from fuel to solar, or from solar to fuel, or from solar to hybrid. So that particular button is a specific information that system requires in his language, so that he can understand what he want to do, right? So first we have to tell automation tool what he want, like what he has to do and where it has to do. Suppose we are going to tell system, right? It has to perform some certain actions. So it might ask where it has to perform, right? What and where. So suppose we have a pet and we have to give instruction to our pet that fetch the newspaper, and fetch the newspaper, right? So fetch is what, like he needs some action. That fetch is an action he need to perform, and where it has to perform, on newspaper, right? So we have to instruct them like there is a newspaper lying on the table and that you need to fetch, right? So like that we need to tell our system, our tool, like this is a first name, it is located here, and you need to perform, you need to enter this particular information on first name, and this is the last name. Here you have to perform this particular information, like you have to write, we have to type this information in this particular location, and in email address you have to perform this information, right? We can again, we can again type this in a re-enter email, and we have to perform, you have to go to sign up, this is the element, and you have to make a click on that, right? After making a click you will get this error message. Then you have to go to this location and you have to verify whether you have this error message or not, right? So we'll go to automate that and we'll open this our IDE, and we will do that, right? So we'll just close this Firefox browser. I'm going to open the Firefox browser now, and now I'll go to tools and open my Selenium IDE. And what we can do, we can just put it here. So whatever action it is performing, we can see that, right? So you can see it's in a recording, it's a start recording mode, and it has already taken the base URL from last session, right? So what we will do, we'll just go to the address bar, and here we will provide facebook.com, right? Once you enter facebook.com, we can see it's a facebook.com page is open, right? Then we'll go to first name. Here we will provide software. In the last name, as soon as you click on last name, you can see here some action or some steps had been generated in a Selenium IDE, right? It's open. What it's open? Open is a command, right? It's open. What open? Is a / is a base URL, right? So base URL means what is written inside this bar is the base URL. So what it does, Selenium IDE opens facebook.com, because here is a / is a base URL. Then you go to base URL, you can see it's a facebook.com. It has opened a Facebook URL, facebook.com as a base URL. Then what it did, it type. What is the type? Target. Target is ID. So team, what is in a target, that we are going to learn in the next session. We will master into the element identification with the help of ID, name, and XPath and DOM, right? It's a document object model. So we'll go and we'll master in a next session for the target element identification. So for now, you can understand it's a target is ID equal to u_0 into 5. That is for first name element, first name text box. And what is that? It has enter. It has type enter, or you can say value software, right? As soon as you click on last name and you provide something like testing concept, right? And you click on your email address, it displays the last step which it performed on the facebook.com, right? It has type. What it has type? It has type testing concept. This is the value it has type. Where it has type? ID equal to this, right? So last name text box has ID equal to u0 and v_0_6. This is the identification for last name text box. So you can see it's a command. Command is a what is a action, what action it has to perform. And the target what target, where it has to perform, right? So in a target where ID equal to this and ID equal to this, so it has performed, it has typed software value at this particular location, right? ID is a location or where for this. And email address will provide training@softwaretestingconcept.com. As soon as you click on re-enter email text box, it generates the steps for above steps which we perform, right? Again it types. Where it types? ID equal to u_0_07. That is for email address text box. So in this text box, it has entered the value training@softwaretestingconcept.com, right? So once you go and will type again, re-enter training@softwaretestingconcept.com, right? So we perform 4 steps till now, or 5 steps till now. We open the facebook.com, we enter the first name, we enter the last name, we enter the email address, we enter the re-enter the email address, right? And all steps which you perform on the Facebook, that has been recorded in the Selenium IDE, right? Now what is left to complete our test case? We left with, we perform Facebook, we open facebook.com, we enter first name, last name, we enter email address, we re-enter email address, then we have to click on sign up button, right? So we'll go to facebook.com and we'll click on sign up button, right? So once you click on sign up button, you can see it has generated the step click equal to ID u underscore 0 underscore 2, right? So this is the identification for sign up element on the Facebook page, right? So with this ID, Selenium is identifying this sign up button and it is performing click action on this particular element, right? So we got this error message. Now what is the step in our test case? We'll go to test case and we'll see system should display you must fill in all of the fields, right? So we got this error message. Now what we to do, we need to tell Selenium that Selenium, this is the error message that you had to identify and tell us whether this error message is appearing in your replay or not, right? So what it will do, it will store this information, and the next time when you replay the Selenium IDE or you replay this test case with the Selenium IDE, then Selenium IDE will verify this particular value and it will display the result whether this is pass or this is fail, right? So what we have to do, we have to just copy this, we select this and we'll just right click on the element which we need to verify and we'll go to show all available commands, and show all available commands. We can see there are number of commands which we can run on or we can specify on this particular element, right? So there is assert text present, assert title welcome to Facebook, right? So we can assert whether this particular title is appearing on the browser or not. We can assert this text is present or not. We can assert this element present or not. We can verify text present or not. We can verify title welcome to facebook.com, right? We can wait for this particular element to present. We can wait for this particular text to present. We can wait for this particular title to present. So there are a number of options which we can perform on these with the help of these options, right? It depending on our requirement, like what we want to perform or what we want Selenium or what we want to instruct to Selenium to do that, so that we can put that particular step or we can put particular option to do that, right? So assert is assert is if we put assert on any of the element, then the execution of the test steps stops at that particular element, at the particular steps, if that assert is failed, right? If you put assert text present, so if this particular is Selenium is not finding this particular text on that particular element, then the text execution will stop. If we put assert title welcome to Facebook, right, and if this Selenium is not finding the title welcome to Facebook on the browser, then will stop the execution. It will not do further execution. So here we have like difference in assert and verify. If the same thing we are doing with the verify, then verify text present command will verify this particular message, this particular element on the browser, and it will continue with the test execution. And the same command which if we put with the assert, then it will stop the execution. So here's the main difference we have for assert and verify. And wait for text present. So we can instruct Selenium that wait for this particular text to present or wait for this particular title to present, then go further execution, right? So it has some 30 seconds of default wait time, and it will wait till that particular time. And if till that time it is finding the element or it is finding the text, then it will start execution or it will fail at that particular point. Alright, so we want to verify this particular text present or not, right? So we'll go to verify text present command and we'll click on this. So you can see this one step has been added in the Selenium IDE, verify text present. You must fill in all of the fields, right? So our test case is complete. Now what we can do, we can stop the recording and we can save our test case as save test case as, right? We'll go to the particular folder location where we want to save this. We'll go to output, right? Here we will say it's a Facebook FB underscore sign up underscore TC 001, right? Sorry, TC 001. I'll just make it capital so that we can understand this particular step or this particular test case we created and we executed that. So we saved it and we can replay this and we can verify whether this particular test case is executing on the Facebook or not, right? We'll just play this and you can see this is log, it's getting generated and it's run very fast, right? We're not able to see anything on this, and you can see it's a green part for all the steps. This has been executed and has been passed. You can red mark, so this particular step is failed and it has not passed, right? So what could be the reason this particular step has been failed, right? So our test was executed very fast, so we'll move it to slow execution and we can control our test execution slow or fast in the ID with the help of this bar. So we are going to run our test case execution in a slow manner. So we'll just go and we'll click on this particular execution step. So it is getting, you can see it's performing the step and now it is passed, right? So it was running very fast. So like sometime this particular text is not appearing and your text execution is very fast, so this text is taking some time to appear on the page. So till that time your text execution is completed and it didn't find this particular message till that time, so it is failed. Now our first test case is ready. Now we have to do some modification according to our test case which has failed last time. So what we can do, we can just create a new command here, right? And we will pause our test execution for some time, so that particular text appears till that time and our test did not fail at this particular point, and it finds that value on the application, right? So you can see once you click on this step, the all command target and value is finding here, right? So we can change, you can do any modification we can do from here, right? So you can see the whatever modification you did, that is appearing here. If you want to do any modification, you can see this is appearing here, right? So if you want to change anything or any value, then you can change from this command target in value field, right? Target we will not touch upon, we'll touch it in a next session, and we will master in target or email element identification, right? So we want to pause our test execution so that this particular text appears till that time and our test does not fail in any circumstances, right? So we have created new steps. To create a new step, you just clicked on we just right click on the particular step where you want to create new step, and you select insert new command, right? So I've selected that particular blank step, and in a command I'll type pause is a command. With the help of pause we can pause our text execution for some time, right? So you can see the reference pause wait time, right? So we have to define wait time, and that wait time in millisecond, right? So we can define like 2000 second, right? So once we define 2000 second, it's taken 2000 second, and we can see whether we are able to run the test execution in a fast mode and it is failing or not, right? Because we already given the pause, so it should pause at this particular before executing this steps for 2 seconds, right? So we'll just do execution, just click on this and we say test is failed, right? It's not passed. So what we'll do, we'll go to this and we'll make it 5 seconds. We'll again run it. So it's open the browser for us, and you can see this is waiting for this steps because it was yellow that time and now it is green, right? So it's waited for 5 seconds and it got the element till that time and it is passed now. So we created one test case with the help of Selenium IDE. Now we'll go and we'll do one more test case with that, right? So we again save test case, we'll just save test case, right? We'll go to our documentation. Here we'll create one more, that's the test case 1, right? Sorry, right? So we'll create one more FB sign up test case 2. In that what we will do, we will just go and open facebook.com, we'll enter first name, we will enter last name, we will enter email address, we will re-enter email address, right? Re-enter email address, we will enter date of birth, right? This is date of birth here, birthday. So we will enter birthday, enter birthday, then enter, click on sign up button, click on sign up button. So this is the test Facebook's second test case we are going to automate here, right? So we'll go to Selenium IDE. Now what we can do, we can just close this, right? We'll start with the fresh one. So we'll go into Firefox browser, we're going to open, first we'll open our Selenium IDE, go to Selenium IDE, Selenium IDE is open, right? We'll go to facebook.com now, we went to facebook.com, so facebook.com is opening now, it's open. So I'll just move it here so that we can see Facebook as well as the Selenium IDE at the same time. You can see it's in a recording mode, right? So it's recording. What I'll do, I'll just enter the first name, we enter software, then a last name we enter testing concept, You can see it's performing the same step. We'll enter the email address training at the software testing concept.com. We'll re-enter training at software testing concept.com. We're not entering any passwords, right? What we'll do, we'll enter the birth date. We select any date. We'll select January. In date we'll say 15. In a year we'll say 2000, right? So you can see what all action we are performing. It is generating the step for that, right? We'll click on sign up button. So as soon as we click on sign up button, it will display me this error message, right? So the same error message we need to capture. So we'll go to this and we'll say system should display all of the fields, right? So we have to verify whether system is displaying this value or not, right? So we will go and we will see the system is going to verify this value. So we'll again open the Firefox, open the browser. So you can see it's clicked on this particular sign up button. Now we'll go and select this value, or we can directly go and right click on this value and go to this. We'll see verify text present, you must fill in all of the fields, right? So we'll just click on this and it has created a step for me, right? So after it has created a step for me, we can see this test case 2 has been completed, right? What all action we wanted to perform with the test case 2, that has been automated now. So we'll stop the recording and we want to see whether this is working fine or not, so we can rerun it. So with the help of this play button, we can see log is getting generated and it's a failed at the same location where it has failed in the last test case, right? So what we have to do, we can go to this and create new command, and we can go to the blank step and we can create a step for this. Type the pause in a command, and in a target we can specify 5000 milliseconds or 5 seconds, and we wanted to save this test case as, so I wanted to save test case as FB, and this is 2, right? So you can see this test case has been saved in last session. So I'll just click on save, and we did some changes, some modification according to our application on this. So this is called debug team. So we want to see like which particular step, this particular which particular step or in execution the test is failing. Then we can go and analyze where that, like why that particular step is getting failed, or its system is not able to identify, or its system is not able to get that particular value at that particular time. So we can take necessary action depending on that. So we'll just go and replay that, because we already given the pause for 5 seconds, and you can see it's yellow now, so it is waiting to execute this particular step. Now the particular step has been executed and that is passed now. So you can see it's a darker green because it has some verification to perform on the application. So it has darker green, and other steps which is lighter green, that has passed, right? So we already saved this test case, right? So we can create a test suite now, and in a particular test suite we can include the Facebook sign up test case 1 and test case 2, and we can run. So we can go to file and we can create new test suite. In a test suite we can include add test case. In add test case I can click on this and again I can go and I can add test case, and I can take the second test case, right? So this test suite has been created now. It's a test case 1, test case 2. This is a blank test case, so I don't require this. I'll just go and right click on this, and I'll click on delete, right? So you can see these 1 and 2 test case is in our test suite now, and we wanted to run that, right? So we'll just go and run this with the help of this. Sorry guys, this particular step is for executing the one particular test case. If I wanted to run particular test case in our test suite, we can click on this play current test case, right? If you want to only run this test case, we don't want to run other test cases which is there in the test suite, we can click on this particular step. It says play current test case, right? And if you want to run all the test cases which is there in the test suite, you can go and click on this play entire test suite, right? So we want to run all the test cases which is there in the test suite. We'll just go and click on play entire test suite. We'll just go and click on this, and we can see this is performing the action for me. It has created it has gone green, and the first test case is run and it is passed, and you can see test case is done and passed. So you can see to run, failure is nothing, and in a test log you can see all the steps has been executed, right? So team, thanks for joining, and thanks for looking at this videos. So in the next session we will master into email element identification with the help of name, ID, XPath and DOM, document object model, right? Thanks for your time.